and today I'm going to read Cinder Elephant. This book is written and drawn by Emma Dodd, and thanks to Arthur A. Levine Books, an imprint of Scholastic Incorporated, for permission to read this book. Emma Dodd presents Cinder Elephant. Once upon a time, there was a lonely girl called Cinder Elephant. Cinder Elephant lived with her two cousins, who were known as the Warty sisters. They were horrible, mean, and smelly, and they had no table manners. They made Cinder Elephant do all the cooking and cleaning, and they never, ever said thank you. Cinder Elephant was sad and tired and fed up with being ignored. One day, an invitation arrived from the palace. Prince Trunky had decided it was time he found a girlfriend, so King Saggy and Queen Wrinkly had invited all the girls in the neighborhood to a ball. The Warty sisters were very excited and started to plan what they were going to wear. "If they're inviting all the girls," said Cinder Elephant, "perhaps that includes me." "Of course you won't be going, Cinder Irrelevant," laughed the Warty sisters. "Who ever would want to dance with you?" The day of the party arrived, and the Warty sisters dressed up in their most fashionable clothes. "Bye-bye, Cinder Elephant," they called as they left the house. "Don't wait up. We're bound to be home very late." Poor Cinder Elephant sat all alone in the silent house. A big tear rolled down her trunk and plopped onto the floor. "Hey!" squeaked a small voice. "Watch where you drop those tears. I'm getting soaked." Cinder Elephant saw a tiny mouse looking up at her crossly. "I'm sorry," she sniffed. "I'm just feeling sad that I can't go to the party. Excuse me for asking, but who are you?" "Why, I'm your furry godmouse, of course," he exclaimed, and with a flick of his magical tail, he said, "You shall go to the ball." "Well, you look amazing. Go to the party and enjoy yourself," said the furry godmouse. "But," and it was a big but, "you must be home by midnight." At the party, Prince Trunky, look there at Prince Trunky. He was bored. He didn't want to dance with any of the girls. He was worried they might get squashed. If only he could find someone a bit more his type. But wait! Look! Who was this vision of loveliness that had just walked in? "Clear the floor!" bellowed Prince Trunky. "Wanna dance?" he asked Cinder Elephant as he swept her off her feet and onto the dance floor. Prince Trunky and Cinder Elephant danced together for the rest of the evening. "Who is that?" everybody asked. "She looks a bit like, but no, it can't be her. She looks so good, and she's such a great mover," said the Warty sisters. Cinder Elephant had never been so happy She didn't notice that the time was passing by until suddenly the clock struck midnight. "Oops!" she exclaimed. "I've got to go home." As she rushed from the palace, she dropped one of her beautiful shoes. "Wait! What's your name?" Prince Trunky called after her, but Cinderella had already gone. At his feet lay one of Cinderella's fabulous shoes. Then and there, Prince Trucky made a decision, and Prince Trucky's decision carried a lot of weight. Picking up the stiletto, he declared, "I shall find the girl whose foot fits this shoe, and I shall marry her." The next day, Prince Trunky began the search for the girl of his dreams. He went from house to house trying the fabulous shoe on every girl's foot. It fit nobody. "Will I never find her?" sighed the prince. But then, at last, he arrived at the Warty sisters' house. "Give me that shoe," demanded one Warty sister. "It's bound to fit me." But of course her little trotter was far too small for the gorgeous shoe. "Let me have a go," said the other sister, snatching it. "I am Prince Trunky's one true love." But of course it did not fit her either. Sighing quietly to herself, Cinderella peeked shyly through a crack in the kitchen door. But when she did, whoops! She accidentally stepped into a bucket, knocking over the mop, bringing a pile of pots and pans crashing and clattering down. "Who's in there?" asked the prince. "Oh, nobody important," said the Warty sisters. Taking no notice of them, Prince Trucky went to investigate. "Could it be you?" asked the prince, slipping the lovely shoe onto Cinderella's foot. It was a perfect fit. "You are the one for me!" cried the prince in delight. Cinderella had never been so enormously excited in her whole life. Cinderella and Prince Trunky were married the very next day, and of course they were hugely happy ever after. The end.